What if the fruit you think is helping your heart is actually silently hurting it after 60? Japan's most beloved longevity doctor, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, lived to 105, and he made one discovery that stunned his younger colleagues. Certain fruits, even the ones we've called healthy for decades, may quietly damage your blood flow, joints, and memory as you age. In today's video, we'll explore the exact fruits to limit and the ones Dr. Hinohara himself ate every single morning. Stick around. One of the biggest culprits might be sitting in your kitchen right now. In the West, we grow up believing fruit is always good, but after 60, something shifts. Your digestion slows, your arteries stiffen, and your blood sugar doesn't bounce back the way it used to. Dr. Hinohara spent decades caring for patients in their 80s, 90s, even hundreds. And what he found? Some fruits that once nourished the body now work against it. Today we'll uncover the hidden metabolic story behind fruit, aging, and circulation, told in plain English. You don't have to stop eating fruit, you just need to eat it the way long-lived cultures do. 1. Why these 7 fruits may damage your circulation. After 60, Rosa was 68. She started every morning with a glass of fruit juice, a few slices of watermelon, and half a banana. She thought, it's healthy, it's fruit. But lately her legs felt heavy in the mornings. Her walks were shorter, and she told me, I feel foggy, like my brain hasn't woken up yet. So I asked her, what kind of fruit are you eating, and when? Because after 60, your body doesn't process fruit the same way it used to. Fruits like bananas, grapes, watermelon, pineapple, dried fruit, and juice, they're high in fructose. And as we age, our liver slows down. That fructose doesn't get cleared as quickly. Instead, it turns into uric acid, which quietly blocks nitric oxide, the chemical that helps your blood vessels stay relaxed and open. Without it, blood flow drops. Your legs feel tighter, your brain gets slower, and most people never suspect the fruit. One study found fructose could reduce blood flow by up to 33% in older adults. So, what did Rosa do? She swapped the juice and banana for frozen blueberries and a spoonful of almond butter, eaten before 10 a.m. 2 weeks later, she told me, my legs feel lighter. I walk farther, and I don't feel cloudy after breakfast anymore. If you're over 60, try this. Avoid high fructose fruits. Choose berries, apples, grapefruit, or cherries. Eat fruit only in the morning. Pair it with protein and skip fruit at night. Have you ever felt sluggish after something healthy? Sometimes your body knows what works, even if the label says otherwise. 2. How fruit sugar shrinks blood flow to your legs and feet. Frank was 71. He didn't have diabetes. He ate well, stayed active. But his legs, they'd cramp during short walks. He said it felt like his calves just locked up. His doctor told him it was just poor circulation, but no one explained why it was happening or what he could change. Now, here's something most people don't realize. As we age, our blood vessels naturally stiffen. That's normal. But when you add high-sugar fruits to the mix, like grapes, pineapple, or juice, something else happens inside. The sugar causes a drop in nitric oxide, the molecule that keeps your arteries open and relaxed. Imagine your blood vessels like highways. Nitric oxide keeps traffic flowing, but sugar? It throws down traffic cones, and then wonders why everything slows down. A 2018 study in the Journal of Gerontology showed that older adults who ate high glycemic foods had 31% higher inflammation and moved significantly slower over time. And the surprise? Fruit was one of the hidden culprits. So here's what Frank tried. He swapped his usual mid-morning fruit bowl, loaded with grapes and melon, for 1 cup of mixed berries and a few almonds, and he only ate it before 11 a.m., when his insulin response was still strong. Within 3 weeks, Frank said, I can walk farther without that tight, cramping feeling in my calves. I didn't know fruit could do that. Have you ever noticed a heaviness in your legs, even when you're not doing much? Sometimes it's not your legs that are the problem. It's what's blocking the blood trying to reach them. 3. How sugar from fruit can accelerate. Joint pain and brain fog. Helen, 66, loved her evening ritual. a small glass of grape juice, a few dried apricots while watching TV. It felt comforting, familiar, a little sweet to end the day. But over time, her hands started to ache in the mornings, her knees felt swollen, and she couldn't find the words as easily in conversation, like her thoughts were just out of reach. She blamed it on aging, but sometimes it's not just the years, it's inflammation, and fruit sugar, especially from juice and dried fruit, can quietly fuel that fire. You see, after 60, your immune system changes. It becomes more reactive. Scientists call it inflammaging, a low-grade, chronic inflammation that spreads through the body. And when you eat high-sugar fruit at the wrong time of day, especially in concentrated forms, it spikes insulin and triggers cytokines like IL-6 and CRP, which make the fire burn hotter. A 2023 study from MDPI showed that insulin sensitivity drops 7 to 8% per decade after 40. So even natural sugar can build up in the bloodstream, causing swelling, stiffness, and mental fog. So what did Helen do? She replaced her grape juice with a sliced apple and a spoonful of peanut butter, eaten before noon. She cut the dried fruit completely. Within 10 days, she noticed her hands weren't as puffy. Her knees felt better climbing stairs. And her memory? She laughed and said, "I don't lose my train of thought mid-sentence anymore." If you've been feeling a little off in your joints, your mood, or your memory, it might not be just age. It might be your evening fruit. 4. The exact way. Dr. Hinohara. Ate fruit for energy and clarity. Dr. Hinohara lived to 105. He saw patients into his late 90s. And every morning, he followed the same quiet ritual. He'd rise early, have a bowl of miso soup, and a few thin slices of apple. Never more, never less. That was it. No late-night fruit, no juice, and absolutely no snacking after dinner. When asked why, he smiled and said, "Fruit is like the sun. Helpful in the morning, harmful at night. And now we know why. Your body's ability to handle sugar, even natural sugar, peaks in the morning. That's when insulin is most responsive. That's when your digestive fire is still burning strong. But as the day winds down, your blood sugar stays higher for longer. And eating fruit at night, especially alone, without protein, can lead to restless sleep, swelling, and grogginess the next day. Dr. Hinohara believed in fruit, but he believed in timing even more. Here's what I recommend based on his protocol. Eat fruit only between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. Always pair it with protein, Greek yogurt, nuts, or a boiled egg. Never eat fruit on its own at night and avoid fruit juice altogether. It enters the bloodstream too fast, especially after 60. These aren't rules, they're rhythms. And when you honor them, your body thanks you. Not just in energy, but in clarity, steadiness, and deeper sleep. If you've been feeling tired in the morning, or waking up feeling swollen or stiff, try shifting your fruit to earlier in the day. You might be amazed what changes with just that one habit. 5. The big fruit mistake. After 60, and what to do instead. For most of her life, Mrs. Yamada believed fruit was always healthy. She was 74, lively, sharp, still walked every morning through the neighborhood gardens in Kyoto. But over time, her ankles began to swell, her memory felt slower, and her afternoon naps stretched longer and longer. She hadn't changed anything, or so she thought, except she'd started drinking store-bought fruit juice every night. Just a small glass, but every night. And that one habit made all the difference. Because here's the myth most people still believe. Fruit is always good for you. But after 60, that's not always true. See, your body processes sugar differently as you age. Insulin sensitivity drops, inflammation increases, and high fructose fruits like grapes, bananas, watermelon, and juice can quietly overload your system. A 2018 study from the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who ate more high glycemic foods had 31% more inflammation markers and moved significantly slower over time. It wasn't candy, it wasn't soda, it was healthy fruit. So what can you do? Mrs. Yamada made 3 changes. She swapped juice for water with lemonade, her fruit only in the morning, a few cherries, or a slice of grapefruit, and always paired it with something like tofu, a boiled egg, or a handful of walnuts. 2 weeks later, her swelling reduced, her walking pace improved, and she said, "I feel like I got an hour of energy back every day, just from changing how I eat fruit." If you've always believed fruit can't cause problems, you're not wrong. You're just missing the timing, and that's something you can change today. How many times have you reached for fruit thinking, "This is healthy," and then later felt bloated, foggy, just a little off? You probably blamed your age, but it might have just been the timing or the type. Your body after 60 isn't broken. It's just different. It asks for gentler rhythms, slower sugars, smarter habits. Dr. Hinohara understood this. That's why he paired fruit with protein, ate it only in the morning, and skipped it at night completely. Not because he feared food, but because he respected the body's quiet signals. Move your fruit to breakfast tomorrow. Swap juice for a handful of berries. And just see how you feel. Your body always remembers what helps it heal. You're not too old to change. You're just in a wiser chapter.